What's going on? What do you think you're doing? What to you? And who do you think you are to even ask me that? I can do whatever I want, so bug off. How about we go somewhere a little more private? There's a room upstairs. Who was the first to discover her? Us. We wanted some privacy, so we went to the upstairs bedroom and... Did anyone see anything suspicious tonight? I think I saw Lisa going upstairs with someone. Kevin, weren't you talking with her? Yeah, but I don't know how... Do you know her? She's my girlfriend. We had an argument earlier tonight. You'll have to come with us. For what? I didn't do this. We have a few questions to ask. Kevin? Amy watched as the police sat Kevin in the car, as backup arrived to take Lisa's body out. Tonight had been such a bizarre night. These past few days had been so stressful. Amy moved to Sheridan last September, about 3 months ago, when her parents decided she needed a little change in environment to help her overcome her mental health and depression. Amy was lonely, she was an introvert, and she suffered from anxiety. But after moving here and enrolling into the BI High, things took a turn for her. Which way is the auditorium? Hey, are you lost? Kind of. I'm new here. Oh, don't worry. It's Kevin. I got you. Amy. It was on her first day. Amy got introduced to Kevin. He was nice and polite, and he became her first friend. And having a common physics class with him, Amy didn't feel so left out and sat with him. Within the first week or so, they got rather close and even began flirting with each other. Amy had never been with anyone before, and she liked him. But she soon realized Kevin was actually one of the most popular kids at the school. In fact, he wasn't single. He had a girlfriend, Lisa. In that short time, Amy actually started to believe Kevin liked her too, but then she came to her senses. What was I thinking? He'll never be serious about me. Why would he even go for someone like me? Not pretty, not sassy, not popular. And then there are girls like Lisa. But at the same time, Amy also knew that Kevin wasn't serious about Lisa either. Kevin was like any other high school teen. He flirted with all the girls, and seeing his benefits in being Lisa's boyfriend, He was officially with her, but things could change. Remember what the therapist said, Amy. Believe in yourself. You're no less than anyone else. I'll give myself a makeover. Amy had sort of become obsessed with Kevin. All she could think of was him. So she got rid of her glasses, wore a lens, spiced up her hair and clothes, and hoped she would get Kevin's attention. But that day at school, before she got his attention, she happened to catch the eyes of someone else. Oh wow, someone's looking really pretty today. Lisa and her gang came up to her in the cafeteria, sneering away as Amy uncomfortably stood there. Lisa chuckled as she touched her hair. Nice curls. Did you get your hair done? Amy awkwardly tried to move away as Lisa pulled on her hair. Please, don't touch my hair. Oh, she has an attitude. No one is allowed to touch her. Only Kevin is allowed to touch her. As the crowd around them began oohing and cheering Lisa on, Amy felt so nervous and so embarrassed. But things didn't end there. What did you think? You'll dress yourself like a and you'll get Kevin's attention? Kevin might be a flirt, but even then, he has standards. He would never go for a pathetic girl like you. That day, Amy felt so humiliated. She couldn't take it. For the next few days, she didn't come to school. And finally, under her parents' pressure, when she did, she stayed absolutely to herself, away from Lisa and her gang, feeling completely insecure and afraid of embarrassment. And as for Kevin, Amy even stayed away from him. Hey, Amy, I saved you a seat. Amy tried not even to look at him. But deep down inside, she was hurting. She wanted to be with him. She wanted to talk with him. Amy, wait. What's up? I saved you a seat. Oh, I didn't see you. Really? Anyways, there's gonna be a party at Ethan's place on New Year's night. Everyone's gonna be there. You should come. Friday? No, I'll be busy. But come the night of the party, she was desperate. Ethan lived down the block, and she could see the party going on. Should I go? No, Lisa's gonna be there. If I go, she's definitely gonna try something. I can't go through that again. Why are you giving up to her? Why aren't you going to go? Are you going to stop living your life for Lisa? No, what does she think of herself? She's the only pretty girl in this world? Like she has some sort of authority over Kevin? You should go there and teach her a lesson. After a lot of contemplation that night, Amy decided she would go, but not like all the others. She put on a hoodie and sneaked to Ethan's place. Reaching there in the crowd, she soon spotted Kevin and Lisa. she was flirting with someone else. What's going on? What do you think you're doing? What to you? And who do you think you are to even ask me that? I can do whatever I want, so bug off. What is he doing with a girl like Lisa? He deserves so much better. As Lisa walked off in the party, Amy was about to follow her when someone held her shoulder. Amy? Is that you? Amy froze, hearing one of her classmates behind her. Without looking, she quickly changed her voice. No, I was here to deliver the pizza. Was waiting for the bill. Oh, Ethan is... Getting out of that situation, Amy let out a deep breath. Where's Lisa? Just slipping out of her view, Amy caught sight of her with someone else. They walked upstairs together. She's such a cheat. Perfect. Amy thought she'd catch them in the act and humiliate her. Waiting a while outside. When they didn't come out, Amy mustered up the courage and opened the door herself. Stepping into the dark room, she was confused. What's going on here? She took out her phone and turned on the flash. When she froze, there on the floor, Lisa was laying lifeless on the ground. But before Amy could understand and do anything, she heard the door knock behind her. What to do, what to do? The window. Without thinking much, Amy climbed out the window and barely managed to make it to the ground before she ran to the fence and jumped over. But before Amy could gather herself, she fell into someone else's way. Are you all right? What were you doing climbing over the fence? Brushing herself off, Amy got up to see one of her teachers. Mr. Arenberg? Amy? What are you doing here? Nothing, Mr. Arenberg. I was just at a friend's party. It was getting too wild, so I was trying to escape. Like this? Be careful, you almost got hurt. Can you go home by yourself? I was just on my way to BI Checkers Club. I can drop you home if you want. No, I'll be fine. I live a few houses down. Alright, take care. As Mr. Arenberg got into his car and drove off again, Amy quickly put on her hoodie and was about to bail herself. But it wasn't long before someone else discovered Lisa. Kevin? They're suspecting Kevin for this? Was it really Kevin who went into the room with Lisa? That guy can't be Kevin. He was taller. Amy suddenly came to the realization what happened. Am I the only one who saw the murderer? And Amy was right. She did see the murderer, but what she didn't realize was that it was none other than Mr. Robert Arenberg. Everyone knew Kevin as a flirt, a playboy. He took his chances with almost every girl. But Lisa was no less either. She was beautiful, attractive, desirable. Every guy wanted to be with her. And she took advantage of them and manipulated them into doing things for her. And it was when she was failing her math class, she decided to pull the same scheme on Mr. Ehrenberg. Mr. Ehrenberg was a young married man. But Lisa had noticed that he used to check out all the girls at school, including her. Was he not happy in his marriage? Was he lonely? Was he lacking love in his life? Who knows? She didn't care. Lisa got close with him and began a secret affair. And when the time was right, she began to blackmail him. For her grades, sometimes for money, and sometimes for something else. But when things began to go too far, Robert realized what happened, and he wanted all of it to stop. But when he confronted Lisa, she threatened him that she would expose him to everyone. There was little at stake for Lisa, but a lot on stake for him. His job, his marriage, his reputation. Robert couldn't let this outsmart him and ruin his life, and the only way to stop Lisa was to get rid of her. But how? When Robert found out about the New Year's party the students were having, he knew it was the perfect opportunity. Ethan's brother was Robert's friend, and he had been to that house before. He disguised himself and went to the party, mixing in with the crowd. And when Lisa recognized him, he manipulated her into going with him. Robert? What are you doing here? You know old men aren't allowed. Hey, old men like to have fun too. Well, well. Got what you want. Where? Show me, show me. Not here. Somewhere private. Come. Lisa foolishly followed Robert upstairs and went to the back room. So where is it? Take it out. That's when Robert took out a knife. You think you can manipulate me? You can take advantage of me? I didn't take advantage of you. You're a pig. You had your eyes on every girl, and you think you'll be able to get away with this? I'm going to scream. But before Lisa could do anything, Robert overpowered her. And took her life. He then fled out the window and immediately got into his car, which he had parked behind the house and changed. But it was coincidentally, he saw Amy climb out the same window and fortunately was able to pull off an innocent act. As everyone left, and the police were off with Kevin, Amy too headed on her way back home. Who was that? Amy? You still haven't gone home? No, Mr. Ehrenberg. Come on, I'll drop you home. Thank you. Amy got into the car and sat down, feeling so stressed. Something really bad has happened. What? You can tell me. I came to the party and everything was going fine, but then someone took Lisa's life. She was found dead. What? How did that happen? Who could have done that? No one knows, but the police arrested Kevin. What? Kevin?
Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting. And my dog stepped on a bee.
Wow, Miss Heard. Wow. You just gave the greatest performance of your life. Wow. Camille. She's so amazing. This is Alexia. From a very young age, she has always wanted to become something big in her life. Go to the city, finish her studies, and perhaps one day become a lawyer. And if there was one thing she learned in her 17-year-old life, in search of happiness, you can either become a successful lawyer like Camille, or become a Karen like Amber. Unfortunately for Alexia, life was nothing but ordinary. Being from the small town of Rochester in upstate New York, where barely anything exciting happened. And on top of that, belonging to a middle-class, struggling family. Her dad ran a small store, and her mom ran her own cleaning service. Sweetheart, I'm sorry, but you know our situation. We won't be able to afford you going to college. Despite her difficult situation, Alexia wasn't someone to give up. If people can run away to the city and build a new life, why can't I? I will be like Camille. Except, Alexia wasn't stupid enough to run away. Instead, she was stupid enough to think she could get a job and save up her own money to move to the city and begin a new life. And in her small town, the only place someone could make a minimum $7 an hour was the one and only nationwide store, BII Walmart. When she stepped in on her first day, she was quite delighted to see her manager. Hello, I'm Camille. Getting hired was a piece of cake. But soon Alexia realized why. Because working there wasn't. And since she was so inexperienced, young, and naive, everyone got away with taking advantage of her. Like her manager, Camille. Even though she was a Camille, she was nothing like Camille. Alexia, what are you doing? Running the register? No, you're not. No one's here. You're not getting paid to stand around. What do you want me to do? The bathroom is clogged. Get to it. And sweep and mop the floors after that. This Camille was the worst manager anyone could ask for. Alexia was literally working as a janitor and a cashier. And what made things more difficult was her coworkers. "Alexia, can you cover for me? I'll be right back." "Sure." And that was the last time Alexia saw her, until it was closing when she magically appeared again. And then, there was always the awesome customers. "Welcome to BI Walmart. I'm not satisfied with the shampoo I bought. I want a refund." "Okay, just return the product with the receipt." "Here it is." "But the bottle is half empty." "Yes, how am I supposed to know it's satisfactory without using it?" "But you can't finish the entire thing and return." "I want a refund, or I will sue you." "Come on, I'm just an employee here. I don't even get paid enough for this." Some customers just didn't want to listen. Some customers were rude. And some customers were just unreasonably messy. And of course, Camille made Alexia handle them all. "Alexia, someone left a mess outside the front door. Go clean it up." What is this? Shampoo? As Alexia broomed up the mess, she suddenly heard a faint dog bark. "Excuse me, ma'am. You can't bring your dog inside the store. There's a sign." This dog is a tiny dog. It's smaller than a regular dog, and you know a dog sign, it's a big dog, but this one's tiny, so it's fine. Nope. The sign is for all dogs. All dogs aren't allowed. This dog is a tiny dog, so tiny you can barely see it. So basically, if you cannot see it, is it really in the store? Yes. This dog is a tiny dog, so tiny it can be a baby. Looks like you allow the baby, so you allow this tiny dog. Yeah, but a dog is not a baby. So unless it's like a service animal or something, it's a service animal. Before Alexia could clarify any further, the woman strutted into the store with her chihuahua. Oh no. "I told you no dogs were allowed." "Yeah, I told her, but she wouldn't listen." "Great. So now you can take care of that." That day ended up being the worst day yet for Alexia, having to clean up after dog poo for a living. This is how I'll become successful like Camille? Not this Camille. That Camille? After a long day, Alexia dragged herself home, feeling so low. I'm never gonna save enough money for college like this. When all of a sudden, a piece of paper flew right into her face. Why does my life have to be so difficult? As Alexia was about to crumple up the paper, she suddenly stopped seeing the advertisement. Write an essay and enter into the biggest opportunity of the year. Earn your place into the scholarship program. 100 students will be selected. Scholarship? Alexia immediately went home and searched up the program guidelines. It was perfect. This opportunity was like divine intervention. I have to get selected. So from that day on, Alexia worked day and night. And right before the deadline, she crossed her fingers and sent in her application. "Bill, did you get the mail?" "Yeah, it's nothing important, just some college advertisements. These scams." What? College? No, I was supposed to get a reply. A month later, Alexia anxiously tore open a letter from the BII University, staring at the first few lines. I got accepted! I got the scholarship! I'm gonna be like Camille. And so, Alexia came one giant leap closer to her dreams. With the little money she gathered and whatever help she got from her parents, Alexia moved to the city and began pursuing her criminal justice degree. This is awesome. The first year went by pretty great, and Alexia's scholarship covered much of the costs. But come the second year, Alexia realized her tuition practically doubled in cost, and her scholarship didn't. So she ended up getting a part-time job and managed to afford the extra expenses. But come third year, there was no way she could afford $10,000 extra for her tuition, working a full-time job and being a full-time student. I can't do this anymore. And so, Alexia dropped out. I knew it was all a scam. Do you know how many students drop out every year? Either you drop out or you drown in debt. Thanks for the emotional support, Dad. It's not too late. Why don't you help your mom with the cleaning service? Dad, I wasn't studying criminal justice to become a cleaning lady. Sweetheart, you don't have to tell people that. You can just say you're her legal advisor. Returning home 3 years later turned out to be more suffocating than ever, and Alexia now realized it was time for her to get a job and get out of here. At least she completed her associate's degree. She was bound to get some job, right? Thank you for applying to our firm. However, your application did not get accepted. Not selected. Not selected. A couple months into job hunting, it turned out everyone wanted someone with experience, and she had no experience. Why don't you get a job at BII Walmart again? What? Camille? Again? No. I thought she was your hero. Not that, Camille! Eventually, without much choice, Alexia had to make her way back to the BII Walmart. And fortunately, Camille didn't work there anymore. Phew. Hello, I'm Alexia. I applied for the job last week. Yes, you were hired. I'm the manager here. Name's Bustin, but you can call me Baby. Here's your name tag. Oh no. No. This time, I am not letting anyone take advantage of me. But things weren't so convenient for her this time around as well. With the downfall in the economy, there was barely any people at the store. And Bustin took every opportunity to flirt with her. Bustin, the time clock isn't working. Oh, I got you. Just shout whenever, and I'll be there. You are my love, you are my heart. We will never, ever, ever. Ew. How do you deal with him? I know how you feel. But working here means you bury your self-respect inside and deal with it. But it wasn't before long that Alexia lost it. Alexia, wanna join me for lunch? I know this good cafe. The sandwiches are yummy, yummy. No, Bustin, just stop. Stop bothering me. Oh, I bother you, really? Why? And so, from that one temper tantrum, Alexia was back to sweeping the floors again. Alexia, the bathroom. And unclogging the toilet again. Alexia, the trash. And throwing out the trash again. It was one of these days while Alexia was passing through the last hours of her shift. She saw someone familiar walk into the store. Is that the dog woman? That dog is still with her? Poor animal. You know her? Not really. She comes here for medicine every week. Dogs aren't allowed, but we just get her over with. You know something? Now when I think about it, if you want to get what you want in life, you have to be a Karen. Alexia watched as a woman made her way to the pharmacy counter and suddenly began yelling. My medicine was supposed to be delivered by 7, but it didn't. Ma'am, we only deliver on weekdays. Do you people want to kill me or something? I need my medicine delivered. Okay, ma'am, let me see what I can do. After creating a scene and alas making things go her way, the woman got her medications, toppled over a bunch of things, and dragged her chihuahua out the store. What's that smell? Alexia! I got it. And once again, Alexia was back to cleaning dog poo for a living. Is this how life is going to go? Yes, because soon this became a regular thing. Karen came every Sunday evening to pick up her medicine. And every time, her tiny dog left a tiny surprise. When weeks passed by like this, Alexia simply started to accept her fate. This was the American life for most Americans anyways. One evening, as Alexia returned home from work, she wondered where her life was going. Can't do anything in this world without money. What am I going to do? All of a sudden, Alexia started to hear a bark down the street. Is that Karen's dog? The little chihuahua came running towards her and began pulling her pants. What happened, boy? As the dog ran off again, Alexia followed it until they crossed the street and just some doors down reached the house. Is this Karen's house? She literally lives right here and she was complaining? On the mailbox was written Amber. Even her name is Amber? As the dog continued barking and ran inside, Alexia followed after. Wow, she's rich and tech-savvy. But the moment she walked into the bedroom, Alexia froze, realizing she walked into what could be a crime scene. She's dead. On the table were Karen's medications. High blood pressure? Did she have a heart attack? Alexia immediately took out her phone to call the cops, when she suddenly stopped. What am I doing? This is another divine intervention. This is my opportunity. Sorry, Karen. I have to.
A quick search and Alexia conveniently found a safe in her bathroom.
Damn, it has a palm print scanner and a retinal scanner. And when she got the safe opened, Alexia was shocked by what she found. Guess Karen didn't trust the bank. In no time, Alexia swept Karen's entire safe clean and was on her way to make her dreams come true. But there was a sudden noise behind her. All right, fine, you can come with me. Ma'am, dogs aren't allowed in. We have a sign. This dog is a tiny dog. It's smaller than our regular dog. And that is the story of how Alexia became Amber.
Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.
William Cavell is a successful archaeologist and a professor at the BII University. And when he's not taking his classes, he is always on an adventure. Sometimes treasure hunting in the Amazon, sometimes exploring rural villages in Africa, or sometimes on an indigenous island of Polynesia. Hasta la vista, baby. But no adventure compares to the last adventure William has been on, to the outskirts of Sumer. After the discovery of an ancient underground chamber of Ishtar, the goddess of the sacred fire, the BII Historical Association initiated a competition, calling archaeologists globally to go on a scavenging hunt into the elaborate underground chamber to find the alleged secret temple. As always, William was one step ahead in venturing out and exploring hidden underground chambers, possibly entrenched with impending doom. However, this adventure of his turned out to be less troublesome, and William rather easily reached his goal. But things haven't been the same for him since. After William's last trip to Sumer, he has changed. The man who loved traveling and having fun was now always at home, immersed in his thoughts. The man who enjoyed his time with women never dated anyone but the best, from supermodels to actresses. Now, all of a sudden, had no interest in women. And in all this, his young and beautiful girlfriend, Celine, was starting to get fed up. Since William returned, he hasn't even as much as looked at her, let alone spent some time with her. And Celine was burning for attention. All she ever saw him do was stare out the window or into open space, thinking. Now and then he went into his study and looked at something he brought back. But whenever she came around, he quickly put it away and never let her see. But what Celine found the most strange was when she would wake up in the middle of the night to whispers. William would be out on the balcony, talking. "William, who are you talking to?" No one. It's nothing." And now, 1 month into being with a new William, Celine couldn't take it anymore. When she started dating him, she thought she would be traveling the world, going on adventures. But now, here she was, a boring housewife of a boring college professor, cooking for him, cleaning the house, and doing his laundry. So Celine decided to finally open up about it. William, are you even listening to me?" "What? What is the matter with you? You've been behaving so strange lately, it's like you're not you anymore." "What are you talking about?" "Who do you keep talking to? What is that you've been hiding from me?" Seeing William silent, Celine went on and on. "You know, Harvey asked me out on a date. Maybe I should date him. Maybe he will pay me attention, treat me better." William suddenly looked at her. "You know something? You're right. You should date him." "What? William, what are you saying? Are you breaking up with me?" Exactly. Celine couldn't believe what she was hearing. William was breaking up with her. Her! Celine had never been rejected in her life, but now it was happening. William did break up with her, because for the past few days, he had someone else on his mind. Olivia, one of his colleagues, a chemistry professor. She was very young. In fact, she used to be a very bright student at the university. And immediately after graduation, she got this position. Olivia wasn't like any girl William has ever dated. And probably she hasn't even dated anyone herself or been in a relationship. Olivia is shy and quiet, never around too many people or friends. Hello. Olivia picked up her eyes from her book, suddenly becoming conscious seeing William. Is he talking to me? Me? Yes, I wanted to discuss some things with you relating a carbon dating test. Olivia straightened her glasses, trying not to blush. I thought you never noticed me. Oh, of course. How may I help you, Dr. Cabell? No. Call me William. And how about we talk over coffee tomorrow evening? Sure. Olivia was more than nervous and jittery seeing William smile at her. No man has ever given her any attention. And now William, the most handsome professor at the BII University, required her assistance? Wow. The next evening, Olivia got every book and every paper she had on carbon dating and arrived at the lakeside restaurant to find William waiting for her. As she went to sit, he pulled out her chair. Good evening. Thank you. Too nervous to hold eye contact, Olivia opened her book. So the first thing we do when carbon dating an item is... A while into listening to her, William closed her book. Actually, I didn't call you here for your academic credentials. I know you are very credible in your field, but I called you for a different reason. Why else? I didn't know how to tell you that I wanted to spend some time with you. Listening to William, Olivia was head over heels. She knew William always dated the most gorgeous, beautiful girls. But now he was taking interest in her? Olivia didn't know what to say, but smile. And that was the beginning of their friendship and their relationship. But even after dating for some time, William was still taking things very slow. Why is he taking things so slow? Why does he keep himself so distant from me? Or is he just staying away from me because he's figured? So it was one night at William's place. Olivia gathered up the courage and confronted him. William, we need to talk. What is it? You don't have to keep yourself so distant from me. I've always been a little shy and I grew up in a conservative household. I've never been in a relationship, but ever since I've been with you, I think I'm ready. William chuckled, looking at Olivia. It's not that. I've realized all my life, all I've done is chase after superficial girls. You can have fun and excitement with them, but you can never be happy. And I want to be happy. I want to be with you, and you're not like them. William picked up a brochure from the table and handed it to her. I was planning on a tour. I was wondering if you would like to come with me? Wow. Yes, of course. Olivia wasn't expecting this, but even this was a big step to take. This relationship was getting serious after all. So that weekend, Olivia and William caught an international flight, and so their adventure began. After reaching Sumer, William and Olivia spent 2 nights at a hotel in the city. Before William rented a Jeep, and they drove far out to the outskirts, where they camped. This is so much better than staying in the crowded city. I know, it's peaceful out here. That evening, Olivia prepared the fire, and William got some kebabs going. The atmosphere was just perfect. As night fell, the beautiful full moon rose in the dark skies as Olivia and William sat watching the stars. Come, I'll show you something. Where are we going? There's a temple nearby. It's an old temple of the goddess Ishtar. Oh, I've read a little about her. Ishtar is like the equivalent of the Roman goddess Vesta. Following William through the dark night, they soon reached the ruins of the temple grounds, where William climbed down into an opening. It's underground. Yes, don't worry, I'm with you. Walking down the cold tunnels, Olivia was rather excited. She had never experienced anything this thrilling before. Reaching a narrow entrance, William and Olivia scooted into a dark room. What is this, William? William walked up to one of the stone compartments and pushed it open. Olivia stumbled back in horror, seeing a headless skeleton. It's a coffin. But then, William took out the missing head from his bag. William, what are you doing? Olivia was petrified as William tied her up and began preparing a fire at the center of the room. William, what has gotten into you? What are you doing? Please, untie me. But William didn't listen. He went to the corner of the wall and pulled out a brick. To reveal a book. Bringing it towards the fire, he began chanting something. Seeing the fire burn greater, Olivia's heart raced. William, what are you doing? What is happening? And soon, she started to feel her conscience leaving her. William? William? As William continued to chant, Olivia's body slowly immersed to sand as the skeleton that lay in the coffin returned back to life from dust. A beautiful woman opened her eyes and got up, standing before him. He kneeled. Welcome, my mistress. Centuries ago, in the ancient city of Sumer, the people believed the fate and security of the city lay in the power of their goddess Ishtar. At the temple of Ishtar burnt the sacred fire, which assured the security of Sumer so long as it was kept alive. And for that was chosen virgin women who acted as priestesses of Ishtar. Vivian dedicated her life to serving Ishtar as her oracle and priestess, and Sumer saw years of peace and prosperity. But it was when Persian foreigners called an attack on Sumer, invading their lands, the city fell into devastation. Vivian predicted 100 years of suffering at the hands of the Persians. So to preserve the sanctity of the temple and save herself and her priestesses from humiliation at the hands of the enemy and protect their purity, she ordered their self-sacrifice. Vivian and the priestesses of Ishtar were then buried alive in the chamber beneath the temple. And that night, when William discovered the secret chamber, he found Vivian's resting place. When he took her skeleton in his hands, he suddenly entered a different realm. A realm in which he saw the most beautiful woman, the most irresistible woman in the world. Who are you? I am the Oracle of Ishtar. William was enchanted by her beauty. You are my goddess. I want to be with you. If you want me, you have to resurrect me. Resurrect? Yes, resurrect. How will I resurrect you? You must bring a woman who is pure in heart and mind. She must fall in love with you, and then you have to sacrifice her for me. It shall be so. Promising Vivian to resurrect her, William returned home with her skull, where he spent days and nights pondering, consulting with her on what to do. She is impure. She cannot take my place. Perhaps I should go to a rural place. Where will I find someone like that in the city? One who is truly pure will remain pure, even when put to temptation. So William continued to search, until his eyes fell upon Olivia. Getting to know a little about her, William was sure she was the perfect one. So taking advantage of her innocence, her insecurities, and her vulnerabilities, he manipulated her to come with him to Sumer, where he could sacrifice her to be with his mistress. Mistress, how may I serve you?
Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.
I gotta go, man. Go ahead, do it here. I'll be right back. Hey, lovely. How about a free treat tonight? Just the three of us. Sorry, darling. I only treat men. We're men. What do you want, man? The devil. Your face. After spending a long night at the hospital, suffering from a dislocated shoulder, Joseph and his wife, Bridget, were now at the police station. Bridget impatiently gawked at the people before her, who had been talking to the officer for nearly an hour. Finally, seeing them get up to leave, she quickly pushed Joseph. "Let's go. Are you gonna sit here all day?" "Sweetheart, we didn't need to do this." "You don't have to tell me what we need to do." "What happened?" "My name is Joseph Sanders. I work at the BII hospital." "Oh, so you're a doctor?" "He's not a doctor, he's a dermatologist." "Joe, stop beating around the bush and tell him why we're here." With a deep sigh, Joseph said, "We live in a quarter about 20 minutes away from the hospital." Joseph and Bridget were both from a small town in Montana. After facing many obstacles and struggling to finish his doctorate, Joseph got a job at the BII hospital in his hometown. It was while he was studying there that he and Bridget met, and just 2 years into their relationship, got married. However, Bridget had only married him in greed for his status as a doctor. But after their marriage, when she realized he was a dermatologist, she became disappointed and looked down on him. She regretted her decision, and hence their relationship wasn't at its best. But despite everything, Joseph loved her and always tried to make things work. Years later, Joseph got a transfer to another hospital branch in the city. As the head of the dermatology department, he thought this would be his big break, but things didn't turn out as he hoped. After moving here, he realized how bad the neighborhood was. The crime rate in this area was very high. In fact, many a times Joseph witnessed bodies being brought into the hospital, to which no one took any claim. Now back at home, instead of their relationship getting better, it only got worse. And in all this, it was last night, in the snow and sleet, Joseph and Bridget were returning home around 9:30 p.m. when they were halted by some goons who snatched from them all their things. The bag, your phone, wallets, handed over. "Take it, just please, leave us alone." What a wuss. "You're his girl? What is a beautiful woman like you doing with a loser like him?" "Don't waste your life with him, baby. Come with me, we'll turn your life around. We'll make you happy in ways he could never make you." It was as the men were leaving, Joseph, in a hurry to get away, slipped on the ice and dislocated his shoulder. What a loser. "Bridget, I think we need to go to the hospital." Pathetic. With Bridget's help, they returned to the hospital, where Joseph was admitted. "Here are some painkillers. Take them and try to sleep. You'll be better in the morning." It better be. We need to go and report this. Report? No, sweetheart. That's not a good idea. These people, they might try taking revenge. You don't know what they're capable of. Joseph was reluctant to come to the police station. But the next morning, Bridget wouldn't listen to anything and brought him. "My coat was right here. How could it go missing? Someone stole my coat." "Look, you got a job in a hospital where even patients get their things stolen. So they didn't physically hurt you? No, sir, they didn't. They took your bag, wallet, and phone, correct? Yes, sir. The officer called one of his assistants. Roger, can you bring in the evidence from last night? His assistant brought out something familiar. Are these your things? Yes, this is it. But how did you find it? Last night, while you were in the hospital, someone slashed them all, sliced their faces off. Goodness, how horrible. Who could do something like this? They deserved it. We're trying to get to the bottom of the case, and unfortunately, we won't be able to give you your items until we run some tests as part of the investigation. After that, we'll inform you and you can take your things back. Alright, sir. Without much more they could do about the situation, Bridget and Joseph returned home. What happened last night? I don't know where he came from, but I saw him. He doesn't have a face. It's like his face was melted by acid. He had no nose, no mouth. The following 2 days, Joseph was at home trying to recover from the persistent pain. He was having trouble wearing his clothes, eating food, or even picking things up. And despite seeing his struggle, Bridget was always moody and didn't help him. On Friday afternoon, Joseph was scheduled for an X-ray, but he was a little nervous to go. Sweetheart, are you really not coming with me to the hospital? Why do you need me to go? Because you're scared of being mugged again? I can't sit in the waiting room for hours. You can go yourself. So Joseph went for his X-ray alone that afternoon, and after a long 5 hours, he returned home exhausted at around 7 p.m. But when he stepped inside, he was confused to see the house was empty. Bridget, where did she go? 2 days passed since Bridget had gone missing. Joseph tried contacting her relatives and friends, but no one knew anything about her. Alas, hopelessly, he went to the police. Officer, my wife has gone missing. Bridget didn't know how she got here or who had brought her. But when she woke up, she was horrified to find herself shackled in a filthy, putrid room. She tried shouting, but the windows were boarded up. She tried breaking off the shackles, but failed. She tried pulling her hands out, but only injured herself and gave up. The chains were so short, she couldn't even reach the window. In hopelessness, she leaned on the walls, shivering in the cold and extremely hungry. But suddenly, the door creaked open, and a man stepped inside. Please, please don't hurt me. I'll do anything you want. You don't have to force me. Bridget was horrified when she looked upon his face. He brought in a bucket and threw it next to her, and a can he opened with a knife and threw it to her feet. Bridget was disgusted by the cold, raw tuna, but she was so hungry. In the middle of the night, when the temperature had fallen and she couldn't bear the cold anymore, she picked it up and ate. Days after days went by. The man kept her locked up. He neither spoke to her nor did anything to her, but Bridget wasn't suffering. The walls were growing fungus. She couldn't even lean back. There were cockroaches and mice constantly crawling around her. Every night, the man returned to replace the bucket, which was for Bridget to relieve herself, and left throwing her a can of tuna. Bridget's clothes had become spoiled. Her skin started developing a rash. She couldn't even breathe properly in the horrible stench. As she lay in the cold each night, she remembered Joseph and wondered, would she ever return home again? 3 months had passed since Bridget had gone missing. Joseph had contacted the police many times, but they couldn't find her. Living in their home, now all alone, Joseph felt so depressed and grieved. But it was late one night. Joseph heard a faint knock on his door. He opened up, shocked to see she had become pale and emaciated. There were bruises and rashes all over her body. Her condition was painful to see. Bridget? She began crying as she looked at him. He kept me locked up all these days, Joe. But tonight, he unlocked me and just let me go. Joseph immediately took her in. After a long time, Bridget finally took a shower, had some good food, and laid down in the comfort of her bed. How did this happen? I got injured from the shackles. Take this medicine, and this ointment should take care of the rash. Bridget suddenly realized how valuable her husband was. With his care, she started to get better. She couldn't help but be grateful for him. Sweetheart, I made you some chicken soup. Joe, did you have dinner? No. Let's have this together. The couple started living their lives again, a better life. But one night, while they were asleep, Bridget suddenly heard a strange clicking noise and woke up. She sat up startled to see a man had broken in and was standing just a distance away with a knife. Joe, wake up. What is it? When Joe got up, he froze. The man snickered at him. You look so innocent. You won't get away for what you did to my brother. That night, those men had been killed. Jackson had gone to a nearby alley to relieve himself. But as he was returning, he witnessed a man approach them and take their lives. That night, Jackson followed the man in secret to this house. But ever since Bridget had gone missing, the police had been keeping surveillance on the house, which made it difficult for him to break in. But now, he had Joseph at his mercy. Sir, you're mistaking. It wasn't me. I didn't do anything. I don't know your brother. Shut up, you sick liar. I followed you that night to this house. No, I have seen the man's face. It's not Joe. I know it was him. Sir, believe me, I was in the hospital that whole night. I couldn't even move. My shoulder was dislocated. How can I do something like this? Today you'll see how it feels to get your face sliced off. Just as the man was to charge at Joseph, all of a sudden, there was a loud noise outside. In seconds, police barged in, holding down Jackson. The police had continued their surveillance undercover, finding it very suspicious to why this kidnapper would let her go without demanding anything in return. It was him. He's the killer. He took the life of my brother. I followed him to this house. No, officer. I have seen the man's face. It can't be Joe. Our undercops have noticed you around here a long time ago. Your game is over. That night, the police finally arrested the culprit, and after some questioning, let Joseph and Bridget be. What a night, so scary. He followed him to this house? After all the unfair treatment, hard work and struggle, Joseph has reached this point in his life and success by forbearance and suppressing his rage. But that night, when those men treated Bridget so horribly right in front of him, he couldn't take it anymore. He truly loved Bridget tremendously. And that night, when he was on painkillers asleep in the hospital, his rage subconsciously gave birth to a different personality within him, his dual personality, the Punisher. While everyone had fallen asleep, while Bridget had dozed off in the chair, Joseph left the room and picked up a coat to disguise himself. He then went to one of the morgue laboratories, where unidentified bodies or unclaimed bodies were kept. Joseph had been running a personal experiment of his, taking skin samples from these bodies and testing them. He experimented to see if it was possible to bond different skin, and through his efforts, made this mask. He wore the mask and went out in search of those men, and took their lives in cold blood before he returned home, where he hid the mask once more. And before anyone could realize, he returned to the hospital and took his place. Joseph's alter personality remained dormant, only unleashing itself by night. But the day Bridget insulted him and refused to accompany him to the hospital, the Punisher returned. He drugged her and brought her to an abandoned house, where he gave her worthy punishment. However, when his alter personality realized his other personality was hurt and depressed without Bridget, he chose to let her go again. But now, Bridget has become suspicious.
Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting. It was the morning of the 120th birthday of Harold Jameson. He might not have looked as old as he was, but he felt all those dreadful aches and pains in him. This old age had brought nothing but depression in his life. If only he could go back in time. Unfortunately, time travel had yet to be perfected and commercialized, perhaps in the next 50 years. Bebot. Good morning, Mr. Jameson. Today is Wednesday, April 4, 2096. It is your 120th birthday. Congratulations! The weather is 134 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Precautions are being taken while residents in Los Angeles are recommended to remain in their homes. With the recent release of the antidote, many people are finally recovering from the contagion. Fatality rates have significantly decreased, amounting to 1.7 billion in the last 7 years of this global crisis. You have 3 unread messages. Would you like to read them?
Yes.
From Senator Michael Kent. Happy birthday, Harold. Wish you many returns of the day. From my ex-wife, Jenna Williams. Happy birthday, Harold. I'm on a photo shoot in Spain. Sorry can't be there to celebrate, but looking forward to catching up soon. From my grandson, Mark Jameson. Hello, Mr. Harold Jameson. It's your grandson, Mark. Was missing you a lot on your birthday. You're 120 today. You know, when people ask me about you, only one thing comes to mind. My grandpa, one of the most successful men around the world. You worked so hard piecing together this amazing life of yours. Remember when you were 25, when you started a company with a small $1 million loan from great-grandpops? And in only the next 3 decades, you became one of the biggest business tycoons worldwide? Do you remember how chaotic 2030 was when you ran for the presidential election? Definitely one of the best politicians in our country. And let's not forget, you've been a ladies' man your entire life. Talk about seeing your grandpa getting married 3 times before his grandson even gets a chance to marry once. Your life hasn't just been full of adventure and accomplishments, but full of thrill. You've been an inspiration to me, Grandpops. I wish you luck. Harold watched as his whole life flashed before his eyes. Those were the days. The only thing that has kept him running 120 years were these modern medications. But this old age had worn him out physically and mentally. He wasn't ready for the end. It was too soon. He felt his life wasn't complete. In his youth, he had women, fame, wealth, you name it. And now he had more. However, his life now lacked one thing for which he still yearned. The woman. He no longer had the health to fulfill his desires. Harold got out of bed and walked to the window. Which mode would you like to select? City skyline, forest greenery, garden, ocean shore, mountain ranges. Clear all filters. I want to see outside. There was naught but a speck of true greenery on the land. Nothing was like how it was 80-90 years ago. Almost everything was artificially planted. Getting to pick a daffodil was truly a matter of luck now. There was a lot of traffic out today. Numerous flashing commercials hoarded the entire landscape. Not a single soul out except in their drones. New rental pods available for your next honeymoon. Book today. Space Airlines haven't been at its lowest. Only 600,000 to the moon, 900,000 to Mars. Meet Beebot X98, the best model yet. Need a cooker, a cleaner, a companion, or a spouse? What can't the Beebot replace? The most innovative Android there has ever been. Buy the latest version today. Only 50,000 silver BII coins. Mutate yourself today. Choose your own skin, flexible, smooth, durable, or something to spice things up. Pick your own color or mix and match. Create your image today. Beebot, select mode 2010 Seattle skyline. Harold let out a deep breath as the speaker turned on a gentle ocean wave and seagulls in the background. Those were long extinct. In his youth, he could have never imagined living in a world so superficial and commercialized like this. All of a sudden, the bell rang. That must have been Claudia, his maid. These days, most of the ordinary folk used humanoid robots, but Harold had hired a real human. Not everyone could afford to hire a real human maid or nurse. It was a privilege only the richest enjoyed. Harold was quite lonely in his life. He had enjoyed many women while he could, but none had remained with him. He married Lena Phillips, a politician herself. His first wife at the age of 30, who was always busy with work. Then he married a young model in his 40s, wonderful few years till they divorced. Then an actress in her 60s, which also lasted a few years. And his last wife, Jenna, in her 70s, was now with her boyfriend traveling around the world, rarely ever contacted him unless she needed a favor. Harold never had a real relationship with them to begin with, but that wasn't to say Harold didn't fancy many other women, married or not. Harold sat down in his chair waiting for his maid. She walked in with his medications and a tray of fruit. "Good morning, Mr. Jameson. How are you?"
Just fine, Claudia. Claudia Sanders. She was a 20-year-old young woman. Every morning, she caught a drone bus from an island off the coast of California and traveled here. She wished she could afford a place in LA, but that was far out of her budget. All these ocean islands were more of a dump now, where waste was disposed of and where ordinary people like her could actually afford a place. She was overjoyed when she got this job. She had big goals and she needed money quick. The BII University was now selling a 10 terabyte data chip, a chip that contained a bachelor's degree or a master's or a PhD that could be installed in the hippocampus to instantly complete studies. But it was 4 times the price it was 10 years ago, and the price was only raising. Claudia dreamed of the day she would save up enough money to buy her own education installation chip, and this was the only fastest way. If she bought a few credits at a time, it would take a few years. Harold watched as the beautiful young woman arranged his bed and his clothes. She was so real, so genuine and natural. All he did was lust after this beauty, but what was the use, unable to do anything with this body of his? I'll be in the kitchen, Mr. Jameson. If you need anything, please do let me know. Thank you, Claudia. Harold turned to his desk to get some work done. Bebot opened social media accounts. All of a sudden, the entire room flashed with a pop-up. Another advertisement. Irritated, Harold was about to turn it off when he stopped seeing the words on the screen.
Want to live forever? Want to be rejuvenated? The Beatrix Pharma has made groundbreaking innovations in the field of science. Now you can not only live for as long as you wish, but you can live in the body that you always desired. Choose the genes you want from a variety of DNA options: lions, tigers, snakes. We have them all in stock at the Beatrix Pharma. Create your image, and the Beatrix team will make it real for you. Here at the Beatrix Pharma, your DNA will be mutated with the animal DNA of your choice to build a rejuvenated body, after which our professionals will transfer your brainwaves to your new body, allowing you to enjoy life forever.
Another scam. Much of these animals had gone extinct nearly 50 years ago. Lions, elephants, they were gone. However, pharmaceutical companies managed to preserve their DNA, which only the richest would be able to afford to mutate themselves for better hair, better skin, or better genes. But most of these pharmas were frauds. Harold had tried many medications, many procedures and treatments, but none of them truly worked. They allowed him to live longer, but what was the point when he had to live like this? True rejuvenation wasn't possible. Harold went on with checking his newsfeed when suddenly he stopped at a picture of one of his old friends. He looked like a young man. How could this be? I tried Beatrix Pharma, and their rejuvenation program works 100%. Was he being paid to advertise this company? But the more Harold searched through his pictures, the more he was confused. Was this real? How many surgeries had he gotten to look like this? Or was this an actor? Awfully curious and intrigued, Harold opened up the Beatrix Pharma website and looked through their rejuvenation program. This seemed too good to be true, but there was only one way he could find out for sure. That afternoon, Harold traveled to John's office.
Harold Jameson identified. Access granted. Select floor.
37. Harold stepped onto the elevator and was taken to the 37th floor, to John's office. Seeing him, John immediately had the gates open and rushed to greet him. "Harold, I was actually thinking of meeting you. How are you?" "I'm good. You're looking great, John." "It's unbelievable, isn't it? This is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I forgot how it felt to have this much energy in me, to be with women, to eat whatever you want and do whatever you want. Wow, technology has reached a whole other level, hasn't it? This is amazing." "You should try it too. Beatrix Pharma is the best in the nation. What is the point of living like this when you can be fit and strong again?"
Harold sat down as John poured a drink and handed it to him. He behaved just like John. He spoke just like John. How much are they taking for it? Not much. It only cost me 10 million platinum BII coins. Do you want me to recommend you? They'll give you top priority. I have to give it some thought, John, but it's nice to see you like this again. You've reminded me of the old days. Yeah, I'm feeling so great I'm thinking about making another trip to Mars Vegas. Remember how wild those nights were? Harold was a bit surprised. Was this truly the real John? He was there with him on that trip. But then again, there were a few others. People knew about it. It was all over the media. Wild or a disaster? How much did you lose on that bet that night? Yeah, lost 7 million. But you were busy with the woman. What was her name? Catherine. Remember her? Feisty, half human, half cheetah. Harold was shocked. Only John could have remembered what happened that night. This was him. So the program wasn't a scam. It actually worked. After Harold returned home that evening, he did a bit of research and settled that this was what he wanted. It was tested and proven, so why not? He had the money. So the following day, he made it to Beatrix Pharma. Welcome to Beatrix Pharma. How may I help you? I would like to enter the rejuvenation program. Your request has been accepted. Our assistants will be reaching you soon. Please enter all your information. As Harold entered his identity code, the B-bot registered him into the program and allowed him to enter. There he was escorted by a worker who took his DNA and showed him the variety of animal DNA from which he could choose. Here is our catalog. Your new body will have genetics mixed with whichever animal you choose. For example, lion DNA will result in improved masculinity. Horse DNA will result in better stamina. It's often chosen by sportsmen. Then there is snake DNA for flexibility, a favorite amongst women. Why don't you take a look while I get everything prepared? Harold looked through all the options, finally choosing on the tiger for strength and lion for masculinity. He would finally have what he wanted for these past years, not just Claudia. With this, he could have any woman he desired. Harold was then taken to the laboratory, where he would have to lay in the rejuvenator. He started to feel a little impatient and anxious as the assistant had the code set up. How long will this take? Oh, don't worry, Mr. Jameson. Try to relax your mind. It's a very quick process, she said as she began attaching the equipment around his head. The glass tube closed in front of him, and it was within a while as Harold excitedly and happily awaited his new body. Just moments later, he started to feel a bit numb, but he could still make out what was happening around him. That's when he heard a few footsteps behind, as a young man entered the room. Was he another client? He was quite handsome, tall, muscular. Harold was shocked when he took a better look and realized this was him. This was his new body, but better, fit, strong, and masculine. The more numb his current body became, the more impatient Harold became. When he would wake up, he would be in the body he always wanted to be in. He could live 100 more years before he could replace himself again. But that was when he suddenly heard a voice in the room. It was his voice, deeper, clearer than he had ever heard it. What are you going to do with my old body? It will be disposed of. What? Disposed of? Harold tried to move, but he was paralyzed. What was going on? He suddenly came to the realization what this rejuvenation program did. They didn't allow you to live forever. They replaced you. When the brain waves were transferred, the memory was transferred. But that wasn't the real you. That was another, a duplicate, a clone. And Harold was still alive, still here, trapped in this tube. With the little strength left in him, he lifted his hand to the glass. But it was too late. Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.
What a strange night. Morning, Mrs. Simmons. How are you? Doing well, Ryan. Just going out for my morning walk. Come on, Max. Let's go. Let's go. I'm getting late for work. Morning, Pedro. Good morning, Mr. Anderson. It's all right, buddy. Everything's fine. Strange. When are you coming over, Ryan? Just got off work, sweetheart. I finally got the weekend off. We're spending it together at my place. I'm on my way. After a long day, Ryan drove to his girlfriend, Cheryl's place, hoping to finally relax. Reaching there, she rushed out to open the gates for him. Hey, BB. Expecting Cheryl's dog to respond to him as always, Ryan ushered BB. But to his surprise, the dog suddenly began barking aggressively. What happened, boy? All of a sudden, it ran at him and almost attacked him. Cheryl immediately got hold of BB. BB, what's gotten into you? It's Ryan. Did he get you? No, I'm fine. After a lot of hustle, Cheryl pulled BB and locked him out into the backyard. What happened with BB? He never behaves like that. I don't know. Maybe because of the weather. It's really humid out. I really need some rest. That evening, finally Ryan just leaned back and relaxed. He and Cheryl had dinner on the couch, watched a movie, and fell asleep right there. But sometime in the middle of the night, something woke Ryan up. Ryan Ryan jumped up startled to see a black dog grunting at him. Before he could do anything, it attacked him. As Ryan yelled, trying to fend him off, Cheryl woke up frightened. Ryan, what happened? The dog. It's attacking me. Dog? What dog? I locked baby out. There is no dog here. Cheryl watched in utter shock and confusion as Ryan fell to the ground, trying to fight off something that wasn't there. Until suddenly, he fell unconscious. Ryan, listen to me. There's nothing here. Ryan jumped up to find himself in the bedroom. The dog wasn't there. Ryan, are you all right? What happened? You suddenly woke up from your sleep and you were so scared, and then you blacked out. I really don't know. I'm not feeling too well. Maybe I should go home. Are you sure you can drive back? You can stay the night here. No, I think I need to stay a little away from the dog. I guess he scared you. Cheryl couldn't understand what got into Ryan, but she could sense something wasn't right. Ryan used to play with baby all the time. Why would he react like this to such a small incident? That night, Ryan left around midnight and went home. And Cheryl anxiously waited for his call the next morning, but it never came. Why isn't he picking up?
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Ryan, are you all right? Call me back. Ryan, I've been waiting for your call. Call me as soon as you're free. By the evening, when Ryan didn't call or message back, Cheryl got a little worried and decided to go to his place. Ringing the bell. No one opened. So Cheryl got out her spare key and went in herself. She was shocked to find the entire house trashed. What happened here? But when she walked into Ryan's bedroom, she froze. Ryan lay on the ground, half in his senses. It's going to get me. It's going to bite me. Get it away. Get it away. Ryan? Fortunately, Cheryl was able to get Ryan to the hospital in time. But Ryan was uncontrollable. He wouldn't let the doctors or nurses get near him. He kept yelling in fear. Eventually, the staff didn't have a choice but to sedate him. Doctor, what has happened to him? He's suffering from delirium, but surprisingly, the tests have all come normal. I can't seem to understand what is causing him to behave like this, besides a mental illness. Has anything unusual happened recently? Mental illness? No, that can't be. Ryan was absolutely fine. At least, before my dog tried to attack him yesterday. He was behaving a little off after that. I guess the incident scared him.
Fear like this? Just from a small dog attack? That's strange. We have to keep monitoring him, Miss Wilson. When Ryan's parents got the news, they rushed to the hospital to see him. My son, what happened to him? He's having some kind of delirium. He's scared of something. Doctors have kept him on surveillance, hoping if he sleeps well, he'll come out of it. Later that night, when Ryan woke up, Cheryl went to meet him and tried to talk to him. Ryan, did something happen? What are you so scared of? What are you seeing? It's going to kill me. What? What is going to kill you? I was driving. I don't know from where. How it came in the way. I couldn't stop in time. That night, exhausted after work, Ryan was in a hurry to get home. But it was driving back in the pitch darkness. Ryan suddenly spotted a black dog in the middle of the road. He immediately hit the brakes. But it was too late. He crashed into the dog, throwing it a few feet ahead. Ryan immediately got off the car to check on the animal. It was whimpering in pain. Both its hind legs had been broken. But when Ryan went to help it, the dog began dragging itself off the road. He froze as he watched the creature reach a tree and suddenly get up on both his legs, limping like a man. As he clawed onto the tree and began to climb it. What is that? Horrified, Ryan ran back to the car and simply drove all the way back home. He didn't know what he saw, but he was terrified. It was no ordinary dog. It was something else. It was some otherworldly creature. It won't let me live. Listening to Ryan, Cheryl was surprised to her core. Black dog? An otherworldly creature? What did Ryan really see? As Ryan went unconscious from the medications, Cheryl took leave herself. She drove to Ryan's place and went straight to his car. To her surprise, there were scratch marks, a dent exactly where Ryan had said. What happened that night? I have to go there. Reaching Route 780, Cheryl got off the car and walked down the empty road with her flashlight. She didn't know what she was expecting to find, but she looked everywhere, until a specific tree caught her eye. Scratch marks. How could a dog climb up so far? Frightened herself, Cheryl rushed home that night. spent hours trying to find out what animal, what creature it could have been, but no animal matched its description. And of the supernatural, Cheryl didn't know what to believe. A chupacabra? A werewolf? A wendigo? No, this can't be real. Cheryl read through tons of forums until she suddenly read a comment from a woman describing exactly what Ryan had described to her. The jinn. They can take the form of a black dog or snake and live amongst us. Some of them roam on the ocean, some in the mountains, and some in the forest. It is for the best of humankind to leave them alone. For the jinn are a vengeful being. Cheryl immediately wrote out an email to the woman and requested her to meet up. And luckily enough, the woman agreed and invited her to her place. Hello, Lauren? I'm Cheryl. We spoke online? Yes, I recognized you. Please, come in. My boyfriend. He's been in the hospital for almost 3 days now. The doctors are planning to transfer him to an asylum. The accident your boyfriend had that night either heavily injured or took the life of that jinn, and now its relatives are seeking vengeance from him. Is there any way to save him? You must bring him to me. If he is not exorcised, he will be screaming for the rest of his life in that asylum. No doctor can redeem him. After speaking with the woman, Cheryl didn't know what to do. If she wanted to discharge Ryan from the asylum, she would have to convince his parents, and she didn't know how they would react to all this. Mr. and Mrs. Anderson, I have a feeling Ryan might be suffering from something different, something medical science can't explain. What are you trying to say? It's a jinn. What? What nonsense. My son is being haunted by a jinn? Have you lost your mind? Mr. Anderson, please hear me out. Wait, didn't your dog attack Ryan before all this happened? Were you sure he didn't get the trauma from that dog? What? No, Mrs. Anderson. He was fine after that, and I was there. Cheryl, my son needs medical treatment, not an exorcism. I don't know what to do. His parents don't believe in all this. They won't let me bring him here. Then that leaves us with no option. We'll have to go to him. What smell is that? It's a Gibraltar campion. Some call it Silene tomentosa. It is one of the rarest flowers in the world. The jinn cannot bear its smell. If we bring this to him, it will weaken the jinn, and then we can force the jinn to leave him. The next evening, Cheryl managed to convince the staff and brought Lauren to visit Ryan at the asylum. Who is she? She's his aunt. Stepping into the room, Cheryl found Ryan sitting to the corner on the floor. She slowly went near him. Ryan, there's someone here to meet you. Her name is Lauren. I know what happened to you. She can help you.
Lauren got down in front of Ryan and took out the box. She slowly brought it near him. "Ryan, can you recognize the scent?" As soon as Lauren opened the box, Ryan's eyes widened in fear. As the electricity suddenly went out, he snatched the box and threw it out the window. Horrified. And that's when Lauren began to notice something shift behind him in the darkness. Cheryl stumbled back as she saw 7 dogs take form behind him. And all of them attacked Lauren. "Stop! Stop!" In fear, Cheryl froze. Ryan was speechless. His eyes were lifeless. From behind him, another black dog stepped out and looked straight at Cheryl. "Ryan is no longer empowered to do anything. He took the life of my son. He suffered before he died, and now his brothers won't let Ryan go. He will suffer as long as he lives."
Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.
"Please, I have to go to Hollywood. This has been my dream my whole life. I could be a big movie star, the next top model." "Since when did this become your dream? I thought you wanted to become a baker, baking cake and this and that." "No, Mom. I wanted to do this forever. It's my passion." "Ava, this industry has a lot of dark secrets. Do you know how many women go missing every year? The aspiring models and actresses. And then there's the obscenity. I don't want my daughter doing all that. Where are you going? Ava, I'm talking to you." "Mom, if you're gonna say no, just say no." Now what do I do? Just about a week ago, Ava had gotten the biggest opportunity of her life. One of the casting directors, Mr. Daniels from Marvel Studios, spotted her. He was searching for someone to play the role of Jane in the upcoming Thor: Love and Thunder. "You would be perfect for the role. I can see the potential. Here's my card. Why don't you drop by my studio for the audition?" Ava was excited out of her mind, but knowing her mom, she decided to go to the office herself and auditioned. So, how was I? Wonderful. It's a yes on my part, but you'll have to give a final audition in LA in front of the whole team. And since then, Ava had been prepping her talk to convince her mom, and alas, she said no. "You didn't leave me with a choice, Mom. Wish me luck in Hollywood." Ava packed her bags and decided to run away. But as she was trying to climb out the window that night, her bag suddenly got stuck. And then she heard footsteps outside her door. Oh no. Laura walked in her daughter's room, staring at the helpless look on her face as she was stuck in the window, and the note on her bed. "Ava, you are so predictable." "I'm leaving, Mom. I'm leaving.
Don't try to look for me. Okay, fine. I'll take you to LA. Really? But, Mom, I need help. And so, Laura and Ava packed their bags and flew all the way to LA for the big audition. But standing amidst all the models and actresses who had come for the part, Ava was nervous. Angelina Jolie, Gal Riverbanks, Wanda Olson. Mom, all the famous actresses and professionals are here. They're not gonna pick me. Don't worry. Now that we're here, give it a try. Ava anxiously walked into the audition room, staring at the entire production team. Well, magic is just science we don't understand yet. She's perfect. Beautiful eyes, tall, good figure, but there's one thing you lack. Cheekbones. Well, I can contour my face with makeup. No, we want it real. Real? How am I going to grow cheekbones now? All it will take is a simple surgery, and you'll get the part. This is one of the best clinics. Plastic surgery? So, how did it go? I got the part, but I'll have to do one small thing. What? You're not taking your clothes off on screen. No, it's not that. I have to get cheek implants. Cheek implants? No, you don't need anything. My daughter is beautiful just how she is. Who said you need cheek implants? Mom, calm down. It's a small procedure. All the actresses do it. No, I can't. Just then, Mr. Daniels joined them. Mrs. Jameson, your daughter here has a big chance on her hands. The procedure will be painless and quick. This clinic is the best in the city. As a mother, just think about the bright future she could have. I don't know. Come on, Mom. Angelina Jolie did it, Kim Fakassian did it, Wanda Olson did it, and I'm gonna do it too. Eventually, Laura helplessly had to agree, and they went to the IIB clinic and met Dr. Paul Epstein. Don't worry, we'll take care of you. The procedure will only take an hour and the recovery time is very quick. A date was selected for the surgery, and soon, Ava was laying in the operating room ready to go under the knife. Relax and breathe. The anesthesia will soon put you to sleep. But when an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours passed and the surgery wasn't complete, Laura was losing her mind. Dr. Cullen, is everything okay? The surgery was supposed to be an hour. The surgery went fine, but your daughter is suffering from delayed emergence from anesthesia. It occurs 0.05 to 0.08% of the time. What? You mean she's gone into coma? No, but if she doesn't wake soon, it could lead to further complications. We're trying our best. Laura was devastated. Seeing her daughter laying like a lifeless body on the bed. When Mr. Daniels got news, he too arrived at the hospital. There was nothing anyone could do but wait. Mom? It was almost 4 hours later when Laura heard her daughter's voice. Ava, you're awake. Thank goodness. You scared me. After a thorough checkup, Ava was doing fine. Recovery time was 6 weeks, and to everyone's delight,
the surgery was a success. Amazing transformation. She's perfect. Ava was selected for the role in Thor: Love and Thunder, and she outdid her part. The movie was a big hit, and things progressed very quickly for Ava from there. Laura and Ava moved to LA and got a loft in Beverly Hills. Ava gathered a massive fan following and was called for interviews, got numerous offers, brand deals, and now every director wanted her in their movie. In James Bond, Names Bond, James Bond. Xenia Sergeyevna Onibatum. Onibatum? Onibatum, I'm from Russia. In The Human Spider? Who are you? You know who I am. I do? Your friendly neighborhood human spider. In Ragnarstone, I'm Thor, son of Odin. Really? I thought you wanted to play the part of Thor. I know, but they gave me Loki's part instead. Kneel before your queen. I don't think so. And now, Ava had all the freedom and space she ever wanted. Laura was very supportive of her daughter, but recently she started to notice something strange about Ava. Ava, come have your dinner. Mom, you made spaghetti and meatballs? How many times I have to tell you, low on the carbs? I made your favorite chocolate pie too. Never mind about the carbs. Ava ate her dinner and went to bed. But Laura would never miss the sound of her door creak late at night, even in her deepest sleep. She noticed Ava dress up wearing a scarf and sunglasses and secretly leave the apartment. And about an hour later, she came back again. Where does she go? And along with Ava's mysterious nightly trips, strange incidents began to occur in the city. Dr. John Cullen from the IIB clinic was found lifeless this morning. Police are trying to investigate the case, but have gotten no lead yet. Dr. Cullen? He was such a nice man. Who could do something like that? So horrible. He took so much care of me. But he was only the first of the victims. One after the other, staff were found dead. Until one morning, head surgeon Dr. Paul Epstein was found lifeless as well. What is going on? With everything that was occurring in the city, the last thing Laura wanted was for Ava to fall into trouble. So one night, she decided to follow her. It was around 12 when Ava left the house. Laura quickly took her car and followed her. Where is she going? Parking a distance away from the IIB clinic, Laura watched her daughter walk to the back. She followed after her to see Ava breaking one of the windows. But the moment she realized what Ava was doing, her heart sank. Ava set fire to the building. Laura ran to get hold of her, but it was too late. Ava, what are you doing? Ava turned around, staring at her mother, before she suddenly fell unconscious. The fire spread quickly. Laura knew the police would be here soon. She needed to get Ava out of there before they got caught. As soon as they got home, Laura sat Ava down on the sofa and got some water. She turned on the news as Ava started to come back to her senses. A sudden fire broke out at the IIB clinic. The BIIFD are attempting to control the situation, but it seems to be too late. Seeing the building burn down, Laura knew who was responsible, but she couldn't understand why Ava would do something like this. Mom, what happened? Where am I? What were you thinking? You put fire to the clinic? Have you lost your mind? Clinic? What are you talking about? I was sleeping. I had a really bad dream. Months ago, when Ava failed to regain her consciousness from the anesthesia, something strange happened with her. Ava woke up in the hospital. She saw the doctors around her. She saw her mother crying beside her. Mom, why are you crying? I'm fine. Dr. Epstein? Hello? But no one could hear her or see her. Ava's astral body had been projected into the spiritual realm. She anxiously walked down the hall trying to understand what happened, trying to get someone to see her, hear her, when she spotted a woman looking at her. She can see me? Who are you? Someone like you. Someone who wanted to be something in her life. But I guess I didn't have the privileges you have. What happened with you? I was from a middle-class family. I came to LA to become an actress like you. But they told me I needed surgery. I gathered all the money I had and came here. They said everything would be fine, but it was a lie. Doctor, have the reports come in? Yes, they have. Oh, I'll be right back. Doctor, she's 100% match with Madame Adeline. Wonderful. Don't let her go. Tell her not to worry about her bills. We'll take care of her. What are we going to do with her? What do you think we're going to do? On one hand, we have a big famous actress willing to pay any amount. And on the other hand, we have her, a nobody. They took my life. They told everyone it was a complication in the surgery, and they got away. The surgery was a success. It's perfect. It's like you guys have some magical power. No, it's just the technology. Here at the clinic, we've developed a revolutionary method of engineering artificial skin. The progress has been phenomenal. We're looking to grow artificial organs as well. Liars. Oh, liars. It was never artificial. It was taken from someone else. Suddenly, Ava began to notice other women all surrounding her. And all these people? Many people in this world suffer what we suffered. Organs are harvested from the minorities based on color, religion, and race in third world countries. You all know about it and do nothing. And the same thing is happening here too. But you all think, how could something like this happen in our country? But it does happen. But those who are doing it here are just too sophisticated to get caught. At that moment, Ava suddenly started to hear voices. The hospital began to fade away around her as she realized the anesthesia was wearing off. I won't forget you. No, you will forget. No one remembers. No, I will remember. Mom? They took my life. So many lives. They never get caught. No. But Ava did remember, or at least a part of her mind remembered. A part of her subconscious that sought revenge. And when it became dominant over her conscious mind, she planned to expose the truth. Mrs. Ava Jameson, how can I help you? Dr. Cullen, I'd like to discuss some business matters with you, but we'll have to meet in private. I don't want to be seen by paparazzis. All right. When Dr. Cullen secretly came to meet her, it was Ava who took his life, leaving no evidence or clue as to what happened. One by one, she continued to rid all of those people involved. Until she finally got rid of the head. Dr. Paul Epstein. Ava, the clinic is closed. How did you get in here? What is in your hand? The evidence is here. And at last, Ava did what had to be done. Police had confirmed the fire had been set intentionally. However, no suspects have been found. Fortunately, no lives were lost. However, a shocking discovery was made in the clinic. Police recovered reports of many missing women from a secret vault within the clinic. The IIB clinic had been running a syndicate, harvesting skin and organs, and supplying the wealthy. The case is simply unimaginable in a developed country like this, where we consider ourselves civilized. Something so gruesome and vile had been happening underground. It wasn't a dream? Unbelievable.
Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting. He has to give me answers. Why did he do this to me? He ruined my marriage, my reputation, my life. He ruined me. Why? Adele first met Nolan about 5 years ago at a party of a mutual friend. And it didn't take much for them to click. They were perfect for each other. Nolan was an alpha male. He was ambitious. He was working as head of the marketing department at Pear. And Adele was beautiful, smart, presentable. Nolan could show off Adele to the society. And Adele too had a dream that someone rich, influential, and successful like Nolan could fulfill. She wanted to launch her own brand and design, on which she has been working since her college days. Adele and Nolan dated for a while and got married. But day by day, Adele started to realize Nolan has no interest in fulfilling her dream. Or somehow, it has always gotten delayed. And these days, he has been pressuring her for a child. But Adele has always felt, unless she goes a little forward in her career, she won't start a family. Recently, Pear was purchased by business tycoon Jonathan Campbell. And at the inauguration party, Adele was first introduced to Jonathan, Nolan's new boss. When I took over this company, I thought I scored the jackpot. But it seems you scored the jackpot much before me, Mr. Nolan. Excuse me? Your wife. She's so beautiful. I always thought of it the other way around. I thought I won the jackpot because I married the smartest man. Really, I thought I was the smartest man. Please, don't mind her. She's like that. In her eyes, I can do no wrong. But everyone in this party knows you're the man. You must be right, Nolan. A smart man like you wouldn't make wrong deduction. That day, Adele realized Jonathan had his interest in her. He was eyeing her during the whole party. About a month later, Nolan was assigned for a business deal to France, and Adele saw her perfect chance to launch her brand. Nolan, it's a perfect opportunity. Why don't you propose my idea to Mr. Campbell? I heard he funds small businesses. Sweetheart, I have a lot of things in hand. Then when will you do it? You know why I don't do it? Because your ideas aren't worth it. It has no potential. I never did anything because I didn't want to embarrass myself. So all this time, you were just playing me? No, I saved you from humiliation. That night, they had a big fight, and Nolan didn't have a choice but to leave in the middle of their fight. It's almost time for the flight. I'm going. Adele was devastated. She thought Nolan would be a big asset for her career. Ever since they started dating, She had a hope one day it would happen. But now, she knew it was never meant to be. And she can't launch her design by herself, because even money isn't good enough. You have to have connections. After Nolan left for his trip, Adele was all to herself. It was one evening, while she went to the supermarket, she happened to bump into Mr. Campbell. New in town? Yeah, I like buying my own snacks. Mr. Campbell at the supermarket. What a surprise. It was obvious he didn't know what he was doing. No, that's not what you want to get. I like getting my fresh biscotti from the bakery across the street. It's the best in town. Really? Then how about a coffee with that? On me. Adele helped out Mr. Campbell with the shopping, and they ended up getting a coffee together and spent a rather good time. Since then, they started talking. Mr. Campbell had a thing for trying out different foods, and Adele would take him to new places in town. And in all this, one day, Adele thought she'd pitch him her idea. You should show me your design sometime. I actually have it with me right now. Wow, this is a very good idea. Might not be revolutionary, but it will have great demand in the fashion industry. Why didn't you start this before? I told Nolan, but he didn't see the potential in it. He wouldn't listen. Alright, you meet with my assistant, Laura. She'll help you. And the next Monday, Adele visited the pair's office, and the process began. She was so excited when she got to see her first designs in the making. She couldn't be more grateful to Mr. Campbell and decided to meet him. Thank you so much for everything. You don't have to mention it. It was all you. But there is something I wanted to tell you. What? Ever since I saw you at that party, I felt an urge towards you. You're not like other girls. You spoke with me, not trying to just praise me. Just think about Nolan. He's like the alpha everywhere. But that day, he got so nervous when you challenged me. So, what do you say? I don't know. That evening, Mr. Campbell had his way around convincing Adele. And they got into a relationship. But it was soon that Nolan returned. And everything got stressful. Adele was literally living a dual life, making excuses to Nolan, and secretly spending time with Mr. Campbell. And soon, Nolan started to get suspicious. He was no stranger to the rumors that something was going on with his boss and his wife. Adele was coming to the office, meeting him. Why? Did you meet Mr. Campbell? You pitched him your idea? What choice did I have? You were never gonna do it. Meeting him was a coincidence, but when I showed him, he did see the potential that you failed to see, and now he is launching my design. But you disrespected me. You went behind my back. Disrespected you? Who do you think you are? All this time, you deceived me. All these days, you kept me in delusion that you would help me out. But all you did was trap me. You disrespected me. Adele's relationship with Nolan was obviously over. As rumors continued, Adele was starting to feel uncomfortable. Jonathan, everyone is spreading rumors about us. Who knows what people are thinking? Why does it matter what people think? And anyways, when you'll be Mrs. Campbell, all these people will be desperate to be around you. Talking to Jonathan, Adele felt a little better. She realized he was serious about her. On the other hand, things weren't going well at home. Adele and Nolan continued to argue and fight until one night, Nolan blatantly blamed her for cheating on him. What is going on between you and Mr. Campbell? What do you mean? You know what I mean. Do you think everyone is fool? I can't believe you trust outsiders over your wife. If you can't trust me, then maybe we shouldn't be together. That night, Nolan and Adele ended up separating. He moved out, and they filed for a divorce. After the separation, Adele focused on her project. Her designs would be showcased at a fashion show. She worked very hard. And on the day of the show, she was more than excited meeting with famous brands and big people. But when it came time for Mr. Campbell to introduce her as the designer of the products, she was confused when he called the famous and successful designer, Irene Jenner, to take the spotlight. Irene gave the presentation and launched her designs. What is going on? At the moment, there was nothing Adele could do in front of all those people. After the show, she tried to get to Jonathan, but he simply left without acknowledging her. Adele didn't know what was going on, but her world was shattering apart. First her marital relationship, then her reputation, and now her dream crumbling right in front of her eyes. All this because of that one man. He has to give me answers. Why did he do this to me? He ruined my marriage, my reputation, my life. He ruined me. Why did he do this to me? You? What are you doing here at this time? Adele barged in, confronting him. Why? Why did you do this? It was all your plan. First you played a game with me and my husband. That night at the party, you got your eyes on me, didn't you? Adele. First, as for Nolan, he was a pig. You think he was loyal with you? Hiring female assistants? Going on those business tours? You think he was practicing abstinence? No, he was doing it everywhere. For a man like him, it really doesn't matter to me what goes on in his love life. As for you, who do you think you are? You think you're up to my standards? James? "20 years ago, when Adele was in high school, she was one of the most prettiest and popular girls.
And James, he was one of the boys who had a crush on Adele. He was good at his studies and sports, but he was shy, very quiet. Is that Adele? Adele and James sitting in a tree. What does he even think of himself? He's nowhere up to my standards. Loser. Everyone in school knew about James's crush, and they always used to tease him about it. And Adele, she was just embarrassed and fed up by him. She hated James, and for the most part, never gave him any attention. Until the day she got into a fight with her boyfriend, Michael. What were you laughing about with her? Nothing. No, you were flirting with her. What, you don't trust me? Yeah, I don't trust you, because I'm not gullible. Well, if that's the way you think, this isn't gonna work out between you and me. If you want a guy you can control and keep under your shoes, why don't you go date James? You belong with someone like James. With James? This boy. Who does he think he is? He has ruined my life. Everyone looks down on me because of him. When Michael mentioned James, Adele couldn't take it. She felt insulted, and she felt enraged, as if everything bad that was happening with her was because of James. It was some time after the breakup. One night, Adele and the girls met up for a sleepover. Hey you guys, who wants to play Truth or Dare? When Adele's turn came, she picked Truth. Have you ever done anything naughty? Like, you know what I mean. Looking at the girls that night, Adele thought she used the opportunity to her advantage. She started sobbing, tears flowing from her eyes. Adele, what happened? I was in the bathroom at school, and James came in from nowhere and he... What? James? We thought he had a crush on you, but we didn't know he was that sick. And from that night on, as things had to be, the girls spread the lie all over the school. And soon, this reached the guidance counselor. What happened? James, Adele cleverly pulled the act, and everyone believed the innocent girl. On the other hand, this meant severe consequences for James. First, everyone at school avoided him and treated him horribly. And as the faculty tried to investigate the matter, somehow things got worse for James. Did any of you see the matter, or anything suspicious? James always had a crush on Adele. He used to watch her all the time. His notebooks are filled with sketches of Adele. I think I saw him following her. James tried to deny all the allegations, but it was of no use. Although there was no hardcore proof, everything indicated otherwise, and James paid the price.
He lost his scholarship, his reputation was ruined, and he was expelled from the school. James's parents were separated, and he was living with his father at the time. When his parents got involved, they were embarrassed themselves and disappointed in him. And this began another fight at home. You, the way you are, you made your son just like that. Despite his father wanting to support him, there was nothing he could say. James was devastated. He couldn't take the humiliation. And he did what no one expected. He took his own life. You did all this for James? But why? Who are you? Who am I? Jonathan was from a wealthy family, but he grew up very lonely. His parents never had the time for him. And Jonathan practically grew up in the house of James. Jonathan went to a private school and didn't have any friends. It was one day in the 6th grade, he got into a fight at the park. "Hey Richie, how about you share some of your allowance with us?" "Get away from me." That day, when 4 other guys surrounded him, James took his side. Leave him alone. But James was no better than Jonathan. And both of them ended up getting beaten up. But that was the beginning of their friendship. James was like a brother Jonathan didn't have. They were best friends, and they would always be together. Even James's father became like family for Jonathan. The day you said he took advantage of you, I knew for a fact you were lying, because James was with me. He didn't do anything like that. He wouldn't do anything like that. But no one trusted James except for me and his father. After James took his own life, I kept in contact with his father, and slowly we started to move on. I eventually graduated and focused on the family business. And after all these years, I saw you at that party. You were happy, married, successful, while James lay in his grave. You took a brother from me, a son from a father. You deserve far worse. It's true. That one lie took a life, took a son from a father. And today, I have nothing, but I deserve far worse.
Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting. Chris Hardy works as an editor at the Global International Studios in Hollywood, LA. But he's actually an aspiring writer who has always wanted to be a filmmaker. His passion led him to taking writing courses and mastering various filmmaking software like BII Animator, BII Pigshop, and learning to use graphic tablets. In hopes of making his dream come true, Chris moved to LA and started searching for a job at popular studios until he eventually got hired here. Now, all Chris wished for was a chance to meet a famous director and request him for his big break so he could make his own film. And to much luck, it was one day that the reputed directors Douglas Allen and David Cohen came to the GI Studios. And it was just as they were to leave, Chris got his chance to speak with them. Hello, Mr. Allen, Mr. Cohen. I'm Christopher Hardy. It's an honor getting to meet you both. I'm a big fan of your work. I've seen all your movies. You have? Douglas, we're getting late. Please, if I can just have 10 minutes with you, I want to show you something. I'm a filmmaker myself. Actually, we're busy, but if you're free, you think you can show us in the car? Yeah, sure. Chris anxiously got into the car and took out his laptop, and with a deep breath, played his recent animated short film. Z-113 and Z-049 were two fugitives from planet Zarion. About 1.5 years ago, they along with 4 others came to planet Terra, hiding from the Galactic Police. Once they arrived, their plan was to find a suitable identity based on their expertise. Their biological anatomy was based on a silicone and organic metal, which allowed them to manipulate their forms. As the video ended, Douglas and David, who passed each other a glance. So, you made this? You wrote the story, drew and animated the film? Yes. This is absolutely garbage. I know the drawings and the animations aren't good because I'm not a professional artist or an animator, but this is just a demo. Not just the animation, the story is nonsense. We're running out of time. You think you'll be able to go back to work from here? Getting off the car in the middle of the street, Chris felt so humiliated and disheartened. He couldn't understand where he went wrong. But to make things worse, the following day, Chris got called by his boss. We have to let you go. But what happened? Did I do anything wrong? Everything came so suddenly, Chris didn't know what to do. He spent the following days searching for another job at various other studios. Interviewing at Paramounting Studios, Warner Sons, 21st Century Lion, but he was rejected every time. Eventually, when a few weeks went by, Chris became more concerned about how he was going to pay his rent and his bills. He was living in a cheap apartment with a roommate in Santa Monica and had invested much of his savings on his passion, buying electronics, equipment, and software so he could make those short films. But now, Chris had no choice but to start working an odd job. It was one of these struggling days, however, that Chris saw a poster of a new movie coming out, directed by Douglas Allen and David Cohen, and was quite curious to check it out. But that evening, as he sat in the theater watching the movie, he was shocked to realize this was his story. Chris went to the beach that evening to catch a breath and cool down, but he felt so upset. They disheartened me, and then stole my idea, my story, and then got me fired from my work, ruined my reputation, and blacklisted me from all the studios.
They absolutely blocked all my future opportunities and finished my career. These people steal other people's work, ideas, and talent, portray them as their own, and claim all credit for it without acknowledging them in the least way. They only give big opportunities and chances to their own people. They oppress whoever they want and pretend like they are the good guys. And if anyone tries to sue them or protest, they vilify the victim and act as if they are the victims. To the far end of the shore, there was a large billboard, now blank. Spending some alone time, Chris walked down the shore, noticing but one other person, before he decided to head home. The next morning, Chris's roommate Jack handed him the newspaper. "Check this out, they're hiring an artist." Seeing the job advertisement, Chris thought maybe he could try it out. "I saw your advertisement in the newspaper. I was here for the job." "Oh, good. How was your drawing? Can you paint?" "I can manage." "Perfect. I was searching for someone like you. You'll have to paint a billboard on Santa Monica Beach." Chris stared at the template of an advertisement for an alcoholic beverage. "I'm an author. I learned how to animate. I took so many courses, and now I'm going to paint a billboard? What's next? Painting homes? But then again, if I don't do this now, I'll be on the streets. When do you want me to paint?" "The company wants it up in 3 days, so get started." So Chris got to work. The weather in Santa Monica had been moist for the past few days, and not a lot of people were visiting the beach. By the evening, Chris completed the painting. Now all he had to do was tie on the cover, have it dry overnight, and tomorrow he could take his pay. Around 7, the rain started to pour a bit heavier. Chris reached home soaking wet and exhausted and just went to bed. It was early the next morning that he got a call from the office. "Yes, I'm coming for the payment." "Payment? What payment? You didn't tie the cover on. The painting is ruined with sand." "What? Something must have gone wrong. I'm not paying a single penny for this." "All right, just give me another chance. I'll fix it today." Chris quickly got ready and headed to the beach, where he was shocked and upset to see the cover had blown away and the entire painting had been ruined. So Chris spent another entire day painting it again, and this time he made sure to tie on the cover with extra precaution. But to much surprise, the following day he received another call from his boss. "Do you think this is a joke?" "No, I tied it properly last night. I don't understand how this is happening." "I'm hiring someone else." "No, please, there is still one more day. I'll make sure the job is done. This is your last chance." This time, Chris was suspicious. There was no way the cover could have come off if someone hadn't done it. So after spending a third day painting the billboard, he covered it properly and stayed to the far corner of the stand with a bucket of paint and kept guard over it. During the first part of the night, Chris sat all alone watching the waves. Sometime around 8, it began to drizzle, but Chris wore his hoodie and stayed put. However, as it neared 11 p.m., Chris was not only exhausted but extremely hungry. There was no sign of anyone on the entire beach, so Chris thought maybe he could go get some BI burgers and come back. So he wore his laptop bag and got up to head the other way, when he froze hearing a sound. "Oh, it's you! Get down right now or I'll throw this paint on you." Okay, I'm getting down." "Why are you doing this? Are you trying to get me fired?" "No, it's not that. I was just trying to save lives." "What? Whose life? How?" "People's lives, from drinking. How is ruining this one billboard going to help people? I know it's not a big effort, but it's still something. Why are you so against drinking anyway?" "My mother used to drink and abuse." "I know what you mean. I had a close friend named Dan back in college.
He was a good guy, had every potential to be something great. But one night, he got a little drunk while he was with his friends. They were hanging out on the dormitory roof. They were all just having fun when he accidentally pushed another friend and he fell over and passed away. And now Dan is in jail for a lifetime. So what are you doing here so late at night? I like coming to the beach at this time. It's refreshing and peaceful. I live at the girls' hostel nearby. I saw you painting here before. What's your name? Christopher Hardy. Call me Chris. I'm Felicity Parker, but call me Verveen. So you like doing this? Painting billboards? I'm actually a writer, but I always had an interest in filmmaking, so I taught myself how to draw and animate, and then I moved here and got a job at a studio, hoping I'd meet a big director, show him my work, and get my big break. But instead, he told me my work was garbage, got me fired, blacklisted from all studios, and then stole my work and made $1 million film out of it. Really? You're a filmmaker? Chris took out his laptop and showed Verveen the film. You wrote and made this? This is really good. You're very talented. Why don't you sue them? I can hardly pay my rent, and anyways, I'll never win a case against these big people. Oh, then why don't you open a BII TikTok or put these on BII book? People will love them. I tried that, but I couldn't gain popularity. My videos hardly get recommended or come in the suggestions. The algorithm just doesn't support my content. Now a few of my subscribers watch, and compared to what I spend to make these videos, I can't even earn 10% of the money back. Then if you can't get famous, why don't you get infamous? Make a mockumentary on Taylor Quick or Chris Fever. You'll go viral overnight. Yeah, right, I don't want to get sued. But it would have worked. Chris and Verveen had a good laugh. As he passed a glance at his watch, it was almost 2 a.m. You know it's getting late, but if I leave, are you going to ruin my painting again? Yeah, sorry. Alright, do what you want. I don't want this job either. That night, Chris went home, but he just couldn't forget what Verveen had told him. So he thought he would make another film. Hey Jack, can I borrow $600? I was thinking about making a new film, but I'm running short on paying for the animation software I use. Yeah, sure dude. I'll pay you back as soon as I can. Don't worry about it. I have faith in you. Your content is really good. Chris gave his best into making a new film. And to much luck, since he uploaded after a long time, it got some attention. Jack, here's the money. Dude, I said don't worry about it. Pay me back later. Thanks, buddy. Remembering Verveen, Chris thought he should take her out on a treat. It was her who had gave him the idea. So he bought some chocolates, got the address to the nearest hostel, and went there. Excuse me, I'm searching for Verveen. Verveen? Sorry, I don't know anyone by that name. Chris was a bit confused when no one recognized Verveen. Hold on, I think her name is Felicity Parker. Felicity? You're looking for her? Yeah. She used to live here 3 years ago, before she went missing. Missing? Chris walked back to the beach so confused and shocked. As the rain began to pour, Chris paced down the shore wondering, how could she be missing? He walked towards the billboard. There were still traces of the ruined painting on it. This is where they spoke. Chris suddenly noticed the purple flowering plants behind the billboard stand. Verveen flowers, that was her name. Chris went to pick a flower when the roots pulled out, and with it he saw something dangling. What is this? Chris began digging the ground until his hands touched something hard. Bones? Hey, look at that billboard. Isn't that the famous directors Douglas Allen and David Cohen? Breaking news! Someone has painted a portrait of the directors Douglas Allen and David Cohen on a billboard on the beach of Santa Monica. But there's a big catch. They aren't wearing any clothes. The anonymous painter has given a link to a short film that has become viral overnight. If getting famous didn't work, he could get infamous. Chris made the film about Felicity, with a drawing of a young woman that looked just like her. He wrote the story of how she was killed and buried under the flowering ravine, but he hadn't disclosed the identity of the killer. It left the audience with a thrilling message. Next week, the face will be revealed. If you like and enjoyed my video, give a like, share, and subscribe. But if you're scared, contact me in my inbox. But nearly a whole week went by, and he didn't get a message. Until the fifth night. What do you want? Money. How much? 50 grand. Deal. Where? The same place. Tomorrow, midnight. The following night, Chris covered his face, took his camera to record everything, and headed to the beach. Around 11 p.m., he noticed a man arrive with a suitcase. Did you bring it? How did you know I did it? I have my ways. No, it wasn't just him. Chris suddenly heard another voice behind him before he felt a heavy hit on his head. 3 years ago, Felicity Parker had come to a party on this very beach with a few friends. Everyone was drinking and having fun. But Felicity never drinks, as she saw her mother drink and abuse, and was completely sober. That night, she met Caleb and John, and they all started talking and enjoying themselves. As the party ended, Felicity, Caleb, and John took a walk on the beach. I'm getting late. I think I should get home. Oh no, you can't go. We still didn't enjoy tonight. It was that night when the men tried to force themselves on her. Felicity tried to resist. That's when Caleb took hold of her, and John held her mouth so she wouldn't scream. But in the process, they didn't realize they suffocated her. And being drunk themselves, buried her behind the billboard stand near the ravine flowers. As Chris fell to the ground, holding his head in pain, Caleb broke the camera. Who's going to save you now? All of a sudden, a heavy gust of wind blew down the shore, and the waves began to grow tall. The men all stared in horror as the thunder roared, and along with it, a strange creaking noise echoed in the air. What is that? John, run! After seeing the portrait on Santa Monica Beach, Douglas Allen and David Cohen took immediate action for it to be taken down. However, when workers had attempted to remove it due to the rust and buildup over the years, were unable and left the board half opened. In the event of the storm last night, the billboard broke down, taking the lives of 2 people. During the investigation, remains of another individual were found nearby the stand. Forensic reports revealed the identity of a young woman named Felicity Parker, who had gone missing 3 years ago. The young woman's family were informed, and after many years, she was finally given a decent burial. I wish I met you 3 years ago.
Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.